Welcome to Zen Explains. Today we're uncovering the truth behind some of the most dangerous myths and misconceptions. From nosebleeds to toilet seat germs, we're here to set the record straight. If you're ready to learn what really works, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. Number 8. At a basketball game, a kid takes a hard elbow to the face. His nose starts pouring blood like a burst pipe. The coach tells him to tilt his head back and shove some tissues up there. A minute later, the kid starts coughing and gasping for air. Then, without warning, violently vomits blood all over the court. The game had to be paused because of this well-intentioned but dangerous advice. Tilting your head back during a nosebleed doesn't make the blood disappear. It's like trying to fix a leaking pipe by pointing it straight at your throat. Instead of the blood coming out of your nose, it rushes down your throat, forcing you to swallow it. The right way to handle a nosebleed is to lean forward, like you're looking at your phone, and pinch the soft part of your nose, just below where the bone starts. Hold that for 10 minutes without checking. This pressure helps the blood vessels clot and stop the bleeding. Let gravity do its job for you, not make things worse. Number 7. The toilet seat covers you carefully place on public toilets aren't really doing much to protect you. You're worried about a threat that doesn't actually exist. Your skin is a strong barrier. Unless you have open cuts or wounds, those toilet germs aren't getting in. It's like trying to break into a vault with a plastic spoon. In fact, the average office desk has 400 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. That keyboard you're typing on is practically a breeding ground for germs. There was a case where a woman blamed a public toilet for an infection, but it turned out the germs came from her own gym bag that she put on the bathroom floor. The toilet seat was probably cleaner than her phone. The real issue in public bathrooms is the air. When someone flushes, tiny droplets are released and can float around for hours, turning the bathroom into a hidden germ cloud. It's best to step back unless you want an invisible shower of bacteria. The real risks are things like the sink handle you touch after washing your hands, the door handle you grab when leaving, and yes, your phone that you take with you into the bathroom. STDs can't survive on toilet seats. They die faster than your phone battery. These germs need warm, moist environments to live, and a cold toilet seat is like a barren, frozen wasteland to them. Just wash your hands well and keep your phone away from the bathroom. Your immune system can handle a toilet seat. It's probably dealing with more trouble from that sketchy gas station sushi you ate for lunch. If you are with me, type number 7 in the comments below. Number 6. The old advice about keeping someone awake after a head injury is not only outdated, but it can also be dangerous. In reality, your brain needs sleep to recover after taking a hit. The real issue isn't letting someone sleep, it's failing to notice the warning signs while they're resting. Here's what really matters. Can they have a normal conversation? Can they walk without stumbling? Are their pupils the same size? If they answer yes to all of these, it's safe to let them sleep. But if they're slurring their words, can't walk straight, or if one pupil is larger than the other, you need to get them to the hospital immediately. There was a case of a college student who got knocked out during a football game. His friends kept him awake all night, slapping him and making him solve math problems, thinking they were helping. Meanwhile, they failed to notice that one of his pupils was dilated, a sign of brain bleeding. As a result, he ended up with permanent damage because everyone was more focused on keeping him awake than getting him the care he needed. Think of it like a ticking time bomb. Sleeping isn't what triggers the explosion, but you need to stay alert to see if it's about to go off. Check on them every few hours. If they suddenly start snoring loudly like a chainsaw, when that's unusual for them, it's a red flag. Your brain knows what it needs to heal, but you have to know when to listen and when to dial 911. Number 5. A sneeze is your body's way of saying, I need to get rid of something right now. It's a mini explosion that shoots stuff out at 100 miles per hour. When you try to hold it in, that force has to go somewhere. It's like covering a running garden hose with your thumb. The pressure doesn't just vanish, it finds another route. One guy in the UK found this out the hard way. He tried to be polite on his morning commute and held in a sneeze. The pressure was so powerful, it tore a hole in his throat. Air became trapped under his skin, and his neck puffed up like bubble wrap. He ended up in the hospital for a week because he didn't want to make noise on the train. Holding in a sneeze can also push infected mucus back into your ears or sinuses, like power washing your ear canals with germ-filled water. If you have weak blood vessels, that pressure could burst them, like popping a water balloon. The best way to go is to sneeze into your elbow like a vampire dramatically swooping his cape. Your body is trying to clear something for a reason. Don't turn a simple sneeze into a serious health issue. Number 4. When someone faints, it's because their brain isn't getting enough blood. Kind of like when your phone dies because it's not getting enough power. The first instinct might be to get them to drink something, but that's not the right move. At a music festival, a girl fainted, and people tried to make her sit up and drink water. She ended up vomiting and almost choking because of it. Here's what you should actually do. Lay them flat on their back and raise their feet about 12 inches using whatever's nearby, like a backpack or purse. This helps blood flow back to their brain. Also, check if they're wearing anything tight around their neck. Fainting is tough enough without being choked by your own clothing. Don't leave them alone to walk it off either. A woman tried that once at a mall and fainted again, this time falling down an escalator. Most fainting episodes are just your body rebooting, but if they don't wake up within 2 minutes, you need to call for help. This also applies if they hit their head, fainted while working out, or had chest pain. At one festival, someone left his friend alone after he fainted. What seemed like a simple fainting spell turned out to be a heart problem, and by the time anyone checked, it was too late. If you are with me, type number 4 in the comments below. Number 3. The most dangerous part of a hurricane isn't the wind, it's the water. When a hurricane makes landfall, it creates something called a storm surge. Picture it like a massive wall of furious ocean water crashing onto the shore. Unlike a regular flood where water slowly rises, a storm surge is like lifting up the whole ocean and hurling it at your home. That shallow water can carry away a 3,000-pound car like it's a toy in a bathtub. Just 6 inches of moving water is enough to knock you off your feet, and 2 feet can sweep your car away. The floodwaters themselves are nature's toxic cocktail. They're filled with sewage, chemicals, and all kinds of nasty substances that can make you seriously ill. Imagine swimming in a mix of toilet water, industrial waste, and dead animals. On top of that, the water often conceals hidden dangers. You might think you're stepping into 2 feet of water, but that manhole cover might be missing, and you could end up falling into a 10-foot hole with rushing water. Even a Category 1 hurricane can cause deadly storm surges if it's in the right location. It's like getting punched by a lightweight boxer. It may not look strong, but it can still knock you out cold. The water doesn't care what category the hurricane is. Whether it's a minor storm or a major one, the water can still drown you just the same. Number 2, even experienced medical professionals struggle to find a pulse in an emergency, and they do it every day. So what are the chances you'll get it right when you're panicking? Your brain starts to die after just 4 minutes without oxygen. That's shorter than most YouTube ads. A guy at a gym once spent 2 minutes trying to find his friend's pulse. By the time he started CPR, his friend's brain had been without oxygen for far too long. He survived, but now he can't even remember his kids' names. If someone collapses and isn't responding, don't waste time searching for a pulse. Start chest compressions immediately. Push hard and fast in the center of their chest. Think of the song Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. That's the right rhythm. Don't worry about breaking their ribs. A broken rib is much better than a brain that's gone without oxygen. If you hear cracking, just keep going. Those are the ribs saying thank you for saving this life. The American Heart Association has actually removed pulse checks from civilian CPR training because people were wasting too much time searching for a pulse instead of doing life-saving compressions. You can't make someone more dead by performing CPR, but you can definitely make them dead by wasting precious time looking for a pulse. If you are with me, type number 2 in the comments below. Number 1, the moment your car hits water, everything starts working against you. You've only got about 30 to 120 seconds before your car becomes a death trap. The electrical system fails almost instantly, and those power windows you're hoping to use, they'll quickly become useless. Water pressure builds up fast, and some modern cars even have safety features that automatically close windows when they detect water. Imagine getting that window open just in time to escape, only for it to close on you, trapping you inside. As soon as your car hits water, undo your seatbelt and open your windows immediately. Don't waste time grabbing your phone, calling for help, or trying to save your laptop. If the windows won't open, you need a backup plan. Get an emergency hammer designed to break car windows and keep it within reach, not buried in your trunk. When you're underwater and panicking, you won't be able to break a window with your fist like in the movies. Your car isn't a submarine, and you're not James Bond. Get out fast, or you could end up at the bottom of the lake. That's it for today's episode on Zen Explains. I hope you've learned something new and can now approach these situations with the right knowledge. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and leave a comment with any myths you want us to debunk next. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.